Good evening, guys. My name is Lean, and welcome to my channel for the love of scents. Today, I'm gonna show you my Atelier Cologne collection on or my top 10 Atelier Cologne. So the brand Atelier Cologne is a niche brand, and they're quite new. I think they started in 2011 up to the present. So they have 52 perfumes in their collection, and they are known to have Cologne Absolute. So when you hear that they're Cologne Absolute, that doesn't mean that their concentration is less. The perfume concentration or the oil concentration in each bottle is between 15 to 23%, average of 18%. So the only reason they call it cologne because they want to maintain the freshness of a cologne. They want to focus on citruses. So you know how long time ago when you hear the word cologne, you think right away it's about a men's perfume, right? It's fresh, it's bright, and it's citrusy. So they want to incorporate that personality into their perfume. So they always have a high oil concentration, so they do last long, and they always have the star ingredient, which usually is the name, and then they added citruses around that main star. So now I have the 10 favorite Atelier cologne. So last year, I think late last year or early this year, they pulled out of North American market, so they're not available anymore in Sephora and US and Canada website, but they're still available in the Europe. I think the reason was because they're not selling that much in the North American market. They're very underrated. People usually North Americans, they don't support the brand because they think it's just a cologne, and with the price, they quite pricey. Like they don't want to spend that much money on a cologne. Same as Jo Malone. They Most people think that Jo Malone is weak and it's not worth the money. Same thing as Atelier Cologne. They retailed 185 Canadian dollars for 100 ml, 285 for 200 ml, and I think $130 for the 30 ml. So they're quite pricey, but actually they are not cologne, they are perfume concentration, and most of them actually last. There are just a few of them that doesn't last. So now let's start with my number 10. So my least favorite to my most favorite. So my number 10 is I have only 30 ml, and this is Vanille Insensee. So this is a dry vanilla. So this is considered as a woody fragrance. So it's not a sweet vanilla like a gourmandy vanilla that we usually we usually know, like vanilla is so sweet, it's very gourmandy, but this vanilla is dry and very woody. So this is a very woody vanilla, and the top notes is actually lime, and then the mid notes are vetiver. It has almost a little bit of jasmine. I don't smell jasmine. It's mostly a dry vanilla and vetiver. The vetiver is prominent, as well as the oak, a little bit of amber, and that vanilla. The vanilla is dry. So it's way down on my bottom of my list because I don't like this kind of vanilla. I usually like a sweet vanilla. So this kind of vanilla is quite different. So for those people who doesn't like vanilla, doesn't like sweet vanilla, maybe they should try this. It is actually good. Even though it's my top 10, I didn't mean that I don't like it. I still like it. And for this type of scent, like the silage is not that good. It's about moderate, but it's very long. It's pretty decent. It will last you 5 to 6 hours, and even though it doesn't project much, you can smell it on yourself, and people can smell you if they come closer to you. So this is a very woody vanilla. So my number 10 is Vanille Insensee. Okay. Now let's go to my number 9. My number 9 is the Orange Sanguine. So I have the limited edition bottle. So as you can see, most of my Atelier cologne are barely full, almost very full, because I'm late in the game. I just started buying and exploring them late last year when I heard about that they're gonna be out of North America. Then that's the time I really focus on them and try to look for them and buy them. So I'm really late on the game. These were fairly new acquisition in the last maybe 8 months, so that's why it's still full. But I have already used it at least twice, each of these bottles, so I can give you a good definition or review of each one. So this Orange Sanguine, it's a very citrusy from the word orange, so that's the star of the perfume, right? The orange. So when you spray it, you will smell a realistic orange, like you're peeling or orange or cutting an orange, and you can smell the juice. That's how it smells like. And this was fairly new to it. Was launched in 2019, and the top notes blood orange and bitter orange. So top notes are definitely orange. Then we have the jasmine, and the base note as amber and sandalwood and tonka bean. I don't get that much tonka bean or sandalwood. It's mostly orange dominant. It's 80% orange, a little bit hint of the jasmine, a hint. You will not even smell it if you didn't find it, right? If you're not looking for it, you won't find the jasmine. And I don't even smell the amber or the sandalwood. It's straight up orange. So this is my number 9. It's basically a little bit down. I still like it. It's down because the projection is it's very strong in the first 5 minutes, the projection, the silage, but then it dries down to about a skin scent. After that, you won't smell yourself, and also it doesn't last long. So this is one of the perfume of the range that doesn't last long, about 2 to 3 hours only on me. So that's why it's number 9. Okay, that's Orange Sanguine. So my number 8 is Love Osmanthus. So this one I really like too, because it smells like light blue, but it's more woody and more cedar. For those people who likes the smell of light blue, they will like this, the Intense especially. You know, I have light blue, but I decluttered it. I sold it because there is a note there that I don't like. I couldn't even pinpoint what that note is that I don't like, so I get rid of that, and then I tried the light blue Intense, and then I like it better. So I still have the light blue Intense right now, but this one, it doesn't have that note, that the off-putting note that light blue has. So this is good. This is actually better than light blue and light blue Intense. So the main notes here are, the top is lemon, Italian lemon, and then mid notes is the Osmanthus, base notes is cedar. So this is a straight Osmanthus with some lemon. The dry down is a little woody because of the cedar. So this is also good. This is a very strong like for me too. Performance is a little better than the Orange Sanguine. This is, and the projection and silage is better than Orange Sanguine. You can have a strong projection in the first hour, then after that it will also turn into a skin scent, so you have to reapply it or respray it again. But it lasts about 3 to 4 hours. So this is my number 8, Love Osmanthus. Now my number 7 is Iris Rebelle. Okay, so I have to tell you guys this Osmanthus Orange Sanguine Vanille Insensee is still available right now. Iris Rebelle, this is already discontinued. This is discontinued. I have used this maybe twice. I have a little dent there. So I have used this twice. And Iris Rebelle was launched in 2018. It has a lot of notes actually. But the prominent note that I can smell is iris. That's the star, right? Iris Rebelle. Iris is the prominent. Followed by the lavender. A little bit of the rose. And then it dries down to a musky and woody. Because it has gaiac wood and white mass. So it dries down musky and woody. I really like this. I really like this. As I told you before, I really like iris note. So, but those people who doesn't like iris, they won't like this because it is very iris prominent. But this is an iris that is not too powdery. You know, some people they like iris, but they don't like powder iris. So this is not too powdery, but this is very iris dominant perfume. So I recommend this for those people who loves iris scent. And this is drier actually than other lipsticky iris scent like Lipstick On or Lipstick Fever. It's less it's less sweet, so it's a drier iris. Now the performance, I have worn this. The performance is moderate, the silage is moderate, the longevity is also 3 to 4 hours, so also moderate. You have to reapply this, but it's such a nice scent. So that's my number 7. My number 6 is this is so good too, Pomelo Paradis. So this is my 30 ml, and I'm planning to buy a 200 ml. I saw it on the L'Oreal outlet for a good discount, so I'm gonna buy the 200 ml. So this is the Pomelo Paradis, launched in 2015. It smells like a realistic pomelo or grapefruit. It has a lot of notes. The top notes are grapefruit and mandarin orange and blackcurrant. Mid notes orange blossom mint and Bulgarian rose. Base note vetiver, amber, and the most dominant note I can smell is definitely grapefruit and mint and vetiver. That's it. Only 3 notes I smelled: the grapefruit, the vetiver, and the mint. I don't smell orange blossom, I don't smell jasmine, I don't smell blackcurrant. There's no amber here. But very realistic grapefruit. It's so good. For those people who like citrusy, strong citrusy smell, this is I recommend. The only downside of this is very very poor longevity. This only lasts about 1 to 2 hours on my skin. I have to reapply it many times. It has a strong projection in the first few minutes, then it dries. It becomes a skin scent and then disappeared about 1 to 2 hours. So they should make this long lasting, then it's gonna be a very good scent. So then that's my number 6. My number 5 is Gran Neroli. Okay, so I have a small dent too. I've used this maybe 2 times or 3 times, and this smells like Neroli Portofino. This is one of the original perfume. This was launched in 2011 and smells like Neroli Portofino by Tom Ford. The top notes here is Neroli and Amalfi lemon and bergamot. Mid notes oak moss, galbanum, and birch leaf. Base notes are musk, Madagascar vanilla, and amber. So the star is Neroli. Definitely smell, you can smell Neroli, and then some citruses in the background. The oak moss, I can smell oak moss. I can smell some earthy things, so the oak moss I cannot smell. I can smell the musk. It's very musky too in the dry down. I cannot smell amber as well. So this is predominantly a neroli, lemon, musky scent. It's also good. Performance is better here compared to the orange sanguine and pomelo paradis. A very strong moderate silage, and then lasts 4 to 5 hours. So for those people who likes fresh neroli scent, I recommend this. This is also discontinued. I think even in their website, in the Europe, it's also discontinued. It's not available anymore. Okay. So number 4 is from their rare collection, Santal Carmin. So this opaque bottle, they are the more expensive one. I think they were selling for 215 Canadian. And this is the only rare bottle I have. They are higher in oil concentration, supposed to be. They are 23% oil concentration. And Santal Carmin is like the cousin of Baccarat. It was launched in 2014, and the top notes here is saffron. That's why it smells like Baccarat, because of the saffron at the top. Saffron, lime, and bergamot. Mid notes are sandalwood, gaiac wood, and white moss. And base notes are cedar and papyrus and vanilla. So definitely there is a vibe of the Baccarat here. The saffron on the top and sandalwood. Yeah, you can smell sandalwood. A little bit of vanilla, and the woody notes comes from the cedar. It's also nice. It's like Baccarat actually. It's weak. You think that it's weak, right? You overspray it. You can barely smell it, but then people around you can smell you. So one time I overspray it because I cannot smell it. I said, this has to be, more oil concentration than the other lines, so I cannot smell it. I sprayed a lot, probably more than 12 spray, and then I cannot smell it on myself. But then people ask me, oh, you smell good, what is that? And I asked them, you can smell me? And they told me, yeah, I can smell you. It smells good. So it behaves like a Baccarat gouge. People can smell you even though you cannot smell yourself. So this is my top 4, Santal Carmin. My top 3 is Cafe Tuberosa. So this is a very unique perfume. One of the unique perfume I have encountered. Very complex and very unique. So from the word, the star of the show of the perfume is cafe, and then tuberosa. So this is considered as a floral fragrance, launched in 2017. But there is a lot going on aside from the coffee and the tuberose. So the top notes here are cardamom, Calabrian bergamot, and Sicilian mandarin. Mid notes are coffee, Indian tuberose, rose oil, and base notes are cacao pod and Madagascar vanilla. So when you read about the notes, you will be intrigued. You will think, oh my god, look at those notes. They're all looks yummy, right? But they're not that gourmandy. It's not sweet. You know how Atelier always incorporate cologne and citrus. So this is not gourmandy actually, even though it has coffee and cacao and vanilla. The star here for me is the coffee. The first blast that you will smell is definitely the coffee. It's like you open a coffee jar and you smell the pure roasted coffee. So that's the smell that you will smell right away, the roasted coffee. A little bit the florals, the tuberose actually takes a background here. This is a coffee dominant perfume, and then it changes, right? After a while, the coffee, the cacao or the chocolate, you will smell a bit of the chocolate and vanilla. So this is very interesting. This is very interesting perfume. The only downside here why it is top 3 is that, you know, I told you I don't like to smell like coffee. But this coffee is quite different. It's not like you spill the coffee on your clothes or on yourself. This is a roasted coffee with a hint of florals and vanilla and chocolate. So very, very interesting. Too bad this is also discontinued. So it is still available in the discounter, Fragrance Net, Fragrance Buy, Fragrance X. So once you, if you ever you find it, try to buy it because it's good. It's very complex. It's very unique. So my third one is Cafe Tuberosa. My second favorite is Musc Imperial. So this is considered as a masculine leaning unisex perfume, but I like it. So they compared this to Aventus, but when I look at the notes, this doesn't have any of the notes that Aventus has. So I don't know why when you smell it, you can, you know, you can get the vibe of Aventus. The top notes here are blackcurrant, calabrian bergamot, and clary sage. Mid notes is fig, leather, lavender. Base notes are ambrette and Virginia cedar. So the Aventus, the note that I like in Aventus is pineapple and birch, but they don't have it here. The top notes probably that I like that I'm smelling right now is the clary sage. I like the clary sage. The leather, there is no hint of leather. You can smell lavender. So clary sage, lavender, and the cedar, Virginia cedar. That is the prominent note that I can smell. And it's so good. I don't know, it's fresh. When it's really hot, it's so nice to spray it on yourself. Like it will refreshes you. It will make you feel clean. It will make you feel cool from this perfume. Maybe you know how I like Aventus for her perfume. I really want to wear Aventus for her perfume when it's really, really hot. And then, you know, when you're sweating and your sweat is mixing with the Aventus perfume, like it projects more and it smells so good. So this is how it reacts to my body chemistry too. So if I wear this and I sweat and it mixes with my body chemistry, it projects more. So that's why this is my number 2. I like this so much. So this is still available in their website. So if you are into those Aventus type of scent, maybe you want to try it, get a sample first before you commit to the full bottle, because as I said, this is quite pricey. It's not a cheap perfume. Okay, so that's my second. My number 1 is Rose Anonyme. So I have used this quite a lot. So Rose Anonyme, so the most prominent notes is rose. Oh, this is so good. This was launched in 2012 and the notes are turquoise rose wood. It has patchouli, papyrus, opoponax, benzoin, and ginger. It's very complex too, actually. When I'm smelling it, the only notes that I can distinguish is the rose. The rest I can. It was blended well. It is so good. I like it. But this is also strong. You know how I use it at work? I didn't overspray. Probably I just sprayed 3 or 4 spray and my coworkers told me it's so strong that they give them headache. You know, it irritates their nose. They give them headache because it's so strong. And I was so shocked, right? So this is a Cologne Absolute, but this is one of the Atelier that is very long lasting. This lasts 6 hours or more. And the projection is huge. It can fill up the room. So I forgot to mention, Mass Atelier performance is about 4 hours, moderate. Santal Carmin performance is about the same, 4 to 5 hours. Out of all my Atelier, the best performer is the Rose Anonyme. Projection is strong. and longevity is about 6 hours. As I said, it gives, my coworkers had a headache from smelling me with this. So I tried not to wear this at work anymore. I try to wear this when I'm going outdoor or in a function or a party because it's quite strong. So that's my favorite. That's my number one Atelier. So that's it for now, guys. And I forgot to tell you the reason why Atelier cologne is quite expensive, because they use only raw materials. So the same as Creed, Creed, the designer Creed. The explanation why their prices are so high, because they use raw materials. They don't use synthetic ingredients. So these are um, not raw material. They use all natural ingredients. They don't use any synthetic ingredients. So that's why they're quite pricey. So what's your favorite Atelier? If any one of you has Atelier or has tried this line, what is your favorite? And are you also sad like me that they pulled out of the North American market? And if they're not available here in US and Canada, are you willing to buy it from their website in Europe and ship it here? So let me know, and please comment down below. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Thank you. Bye bye.